Hello students, today we start the new lesson number 4, effects of electric current. Can you recall two questions given here? First one, how do we decide that a given material is a good conductor of electricity or is an insulator, means bad conductor of electricity? And one more question given, that is the second. So first of all, we recall the answers of these two questions. See on the page. So answer of that first question, it is based on resistance value. Resistance means the opposition for the flow of current. Material having very low resistance are good conductors of electricity, while materials having very high resistance are insulators, that is bad conductor of electricity. Second question given there, iron is a conductor of electricity, but when we pick up a piece of iron resting on the ground, why don't we get electric shock? So we revise this answer. To get an electric shock, the object should be charged. Pieces of iron on the ground are not charged. Thus, even though iron is a good conductor of electricity, we do not get an electric shock while lifting it from the ground. So this is the answer of that two given question that we recall here. Now see the explanation in the paragraph. We have learned in earlier standard about static electricity. We perform various experiments regarding negatively and positively charged objects. The reason behind the object becoming positively and negatively charged is the transfer of negatively charged particle from one object to another object. In previous standard, we also studied about electric current. In this chapter, we will study about an electric current flowing through a conducting wire, an electric current flowing through a resistor, electromagnetic induction, electric motor and generator. So observe the following figure and we discuss here. Now two questions are given. What is the first question? What do you observe in the following pictures? And second question is given, which effects of electric current do you find in this given picture? So we find out the answer of these two questions. See the answer. So answer of the first question. Given picture shows the use and effects of electric current. And what is the second answer? TV, electric fireplace and lamp are working on heating effect of electric current, means heat is produced due to current. Second, fan is rotating due to magnetic effect of electric current. And third picture, electric bell is ringing due to magnetic effect of electric current. So these are the answers of that two given questions. See the next one. Energy transfer in an electric circuit. Material is given, connecting wires, electric cell, electrical resistance, voltmeter, ammeter, plug key, etc. Now procedure. Connect the circuit as shown in the accompanying figure 4.2, that is shown on the next page. After taking the components with the proper values, measure the current I. Also measure the potential difference, that is the voltage between point A and B, indicated as VAB, between the two ends A and B of the resistance. The potential of A is higher than the potential at B, as the point A is connected to the positive electrode of the cell and the point B to the negative electrode of the cell. See on the next page. Now this is a diagram is given here. In this way we are connecting the all components, all electrical components. If a charge capital Q flows from A to B, so work V into Q has been done on Q. Capital Q means electric charge while going from point A to point B of resistor. So for this purpose you refer the chapter number 3 of standard 9. From where does the energy come to do this work? So answer, you mark the answer. The source of energy is the cell. The cell gives this energy through the charge capital Q to the resistance, where work VAB into Q is performed. If the charge capital Q flows from A to B in time t, that is, the work is performed in time t, then during that time the energy V into Q, V means potential difference, that is the voltage, and capital Q means electric charge. So product of voltage and charge is given to the resistor. So what happened to this energy? This energy is received by the resistor and is converted into heat energy. The temperature of the resistor is increased. So this is one activity is given here. Next question given for us, use your brain power. If in the circuit the resistor is replaced by a motor, in which form will the energy given by the cell get transformed into? So motor is a use in place of resistor. So what happened here in this case? So that energy is converted into, you are transformed into mechanical energy. So you write down the answer there, mechanical energy. Now on the next topic, 3-mark question asks, so we are find the answer with the question and we are writing in this pattern. Check now. Now this is a 3-mark question asked in the exam. Derive an expression for heat produced in a conductor using Joule's law of heating. Answer. Let capital V means potential difference applied across the two terminals of a resistor. Capital R is equal to resistance of a resistor by a cell. Capital I is equal to current flowing through the resistor. T means time. Capital Q means charge flows through the resistor. Therefore, electrical power is given by So what is the formula given here? Electrical power is equal to energy divided by time required, equation number 1. But energy is the work done by cell to move charge capital Q across the resistor. Therefore, energy is equal to the product of potential difference between point A and B, that is VAB, multiplied by electric charge indicated by Q, equation number 2. So equation 1 becomes, so this value of we are substituting in equation number 1, so we are getting the answer electrical power P is equal to energy V into Q upon time indicated by letter T. Therefore power P is equal to V multiplied by I means electric current. This is equation number 3. We know that I means electric current. We know the formula of electric current, that is electric charge divided by time. So Q upon T is equal to I. That value we substitute here and we are getting the equation number 3. The cell provides the energy to the resistor, which is converted into heat energy. Therefore, heat H is equal to the product of power multiplied by time. But from equation number 3 we are getting the value of power that we substitute here. Therefore, heat H is equal to value of power is VAB into I into T, equation number 4. According to Ohm's law, voltage, that is the potential difference, VAB is equal to I, that is the current, multiplied by R, that is the resistance. So current multiplied by resistance, IR, equation number 5. Therefore, from this equation, value of I is equal to VAB upon R, equation number 6. This value of I we substitute in equation number 4. Therefore, H is equal to V square AB multiplied by T divided by capital R. So this is the one equation we are getting here. And from equation 4 and 5, is equation number 5, we are substituting equation number 4. So we are getting the answer heat H is equal to I square RT. So in this case, we find out the heat generated in the circuit. This equation is called, this is called as Joule's law of heating. So this question is asked in the exam for 3 marks. So 2 more questions are given on the page. Unit of electrical energy. You see the textbook page number 48. So power P is equal to product of potential difference V into current I. So potential difference, that is the voltage measured in volt. I means current measured in ampere. So we know the formula of both these that we learned in previous standard, that is equal to, so volt means nothing but joule per coulomb. Coulomb is the SI unit of electric charge multiplied by ampere. So 1 ampere current means 1 coulomb charge divided by 1 second. So in this step, coulomb unit is cancelled. So we are getting the next step 1 joule per second, and therefore power is equal to W. That W means watt. So what we write here? The SI unit of electrical power is 1 watt, or simply called as watt. That is a 1 mark question, or anyway any type of objective question as related to the small point. One more question. So what is heating effect of electric current? So we are writing the answer. When a resistor is connected in an electrical circuit, heat is produced in it due to the current is called as the heating effect of electric current. Now think about it, that this question given on page number 48. What is that question? How can we write mechanical power in a manner similar to the electrical power? So we are writing both the definition. First one is mechanical power. The amount of mechanical work done on the object per unit time is called mechanical power. So it is measured in the unit watt. Mechanical power is measured in watt. Similarly, electrical power. The electrical work done on the charge per unit time is called electrical power. It is also measured in watt. In short, capital W. So in this way, we are writing the answers of that given questions on page number 48 in our textbook. So see the next page, number 49 in our textbook. So equipment such as water boiler, electric cooker, electric bulb make use of the heating effect of electric current. Is in all these equipment, electric current is passing through it and heat is produced. Electrical conductors having higher resistivity means more opposition for the flow of current means resistivity. That property are used here. For example, a coil made of an alloy nichrome, underline this name of the alloy nichrome, is used in the electric heater, cooker, even electric iron as a resistor, while a tungsten wire is used in an electric bulb. Why this tungsten wire is used in an electric bulb? Now this is a one give reason question given in our exercise. So you check that question. So what we write the answer? Because of the current, this wire get heated to nearly 3400 degrees Celsius and emits light. The hot wire also radiates heat to a certain extent. So this is a one give reason question. Give reason question asks for the 2 marks. So you try to write down the answer of that give reason. Now always remember, the unit of electric power 1 watt is a very small unit. Hence 1000 watt, that is called as a 1 kilowatt, is used as a unit to measure electric power. In practice, if 1 kilowatt power is used for 1 hour, it will mean 1 kilowatt multiplied by 1 hour of electrical energy is used. See equation number 1. So 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 1 kilowatt means 1000 watt multiplied by 1 hour means 3600 seconds. So we write the answer in the power of 10, 3.6 into 10 raised to 6 watt second, and watt second means nothing but joule. So 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 3.6 into 10 raised to 6 joule. You underline that relation. So your electric bulb is showing solenoid type of coil is used, that is made up of specially tungsten, glass cover, that is to prevent the oxidation process of this tungsten wire, glass support to that coil, screw is given, that is fitted in the holder, and vacuum. In that vacuum, nitrogen gas is filled. It is an inactive gas. Some figures are given here: coil of cooker, even a coil of heater, and coiled coil or like a coil, like a spring, that is called as solenoid type of coil. Now several times we hear or read about a building catching fire due to short circuit. So next paragraph is given about the short circuit. Sometimes we switch on an equipment in our house, the electrical fuse wire melts and the electric supply shuts down. Let us discuss about the cause briefly. The home electrical connection consists of live, neutral and earth wires. The live and neutral wires have potential difference of 220 volt. Underline this sentence. The live and the neutral wires have potential difference of 220 volt. The earth is connected to ground due to a fault in the equipment, or if the plastic coating on the live and the neutral wire gives way, the two wires come in contact with each other and a large current flows through it, producing heat. If any inflammable, means burning material such as wood, cloth, plastic, etc. exist around that place, it can catch fire. Therefore, a fuse wire is used as a precautionary measure. You underline. What is the use of fuse wire? A fuse wire is used as a precautionary measure. And one more question asked related to this paragraph. What is meant by short circuit? That is given in the explanation. We have learned about fuse wire in the previous standard also. As soon as high current flows in a circuit, the fuse wire melts and breaks the circuit, and any mishap or accident is avoided. Now in this green box, find out. Check monthly electricity bill received from the Electricity Distribution Co. Limited. Observe various details and get information about them. The electricity bill specifies the usage in units. So what is this unit? Question is asked related to this. Define one unit or define unit. When 1 kilowatt hour electrical energy is used, is called as 1 unit of energy. So this is 1 mark question asked. Define unit. So in this way, this question or explanation given here related to this paragraph, 3 mark question asked in the exam. So type of question is like, read the following paragraph and answer the following question. So that question I will give in assignment. See on the next page. Many times, particularly in the summer season, huge electrical power is used in the evening due to home lighting, fans, air conditions, use of electricity in shops, etc. As a result, excessive current is drawn from the transformer supplying the electricity, and if the capacity of the transformer is insufficient, its fuse wire melts and the supply gets shut down. Such events occur due to overloading. So all the equipments required at evening, that is given in the paragraph. And what happened due to that all are working, so overloading is occur. Now do you know these days miniature circuit breaker, in short called as a MCB, that is shown in the picture. These type of switches are used in homes. When the current in the circuit suddenly increases, this switch opens and current stops. Different types of MCBs are in use for the entire house. However, the usual fuse wire is used, that is depending upon the our use. Some other types of fuses are given here, that fuses are used in different appliances. Now solved examples are given here related to the formula. Which formula we learn here? Like current, like a potential difference, or heat generated, that is a Joule's law. So how to solve these numerical problems, that I will show. Numerical problem asks for the 2 marks. Now check that. I will show on one paper. So all of you read the question, and after reading the question, check that what is given in the question. So we read the question first. A 6-meter long wire made from an alloy nichrome is shaped into a coil and given for producing heat. It has a resistance of 24 ohms. Ohm is the SI unit of resistance. Can we get more heat if the wire is cut into half of its original length and shaped into a coil? For getting energy, the two ends of the wire are connected to a source with a potential difference of 220 volt. So given, first of all you write down the given. Resistance indicated as R is equal to 24 ohm. Potential difference indicated as a capital V is equal to 220 volt. Now to find, what we find out in this question? Power of coil of whole wire. And second point is given, power of coil of half length wire. So we find out the two answer. Which formula we use here? So power P is equal to V square upon R. So if you are writing the formula, you are getting the half mark. Now solution. Power of coil of whole wire. So P equal to V square upon R. Substitute value of V is 220 whole bracket square, because V square is there, divided by value of R is 24. After calculation you are getting the answer in decimal form, or you write the answer in a whole number. So we are getting the answer 201. We find out the power, that is the watt. So you are getting half mark for this answer. Next, power of coil of half length wire. So power P equal to V square upon R. Substitute value again 220 bracket square divided by 12. So we are getting the answer in decimal form, or you directly answer right in whole number. So power equal to 403 watt. You are getting half mark for this answer. And last answer you write in word. This means that compare both the values. So first value is less than the second one. This means that more heat will be obtained after cutting the wire into half. That sentence is must, that is required in your answer. So you are getting the half mark for this answer. So in this way you are getting the 2 marks for that steps mentioning in the answer. Same way we are solving the next question. Second numerical problem given in our textbook. Check. A cell is connected to a 9 ohm resistance because of which heat of 400 joule is produced per second due to current flowing through it. Obtain the potential difference applied across the resistance. So write down the given. Resistance R equal to 9 ohm. Heat capital H equal to 400 joule. Time is given 1 second, that is indicated as a T. What do we find out here? Potential difference V equal to question mark. Now write down the formula. H is equal to V square T upon R as per the given quantities, and what we find out, according to that we are selecting the appropriate formula. Now solution. Therefore what we find out? Potential difference. So V square, keep it as it is, where the term T and R shift on the other side. So we are getting the formula V square is equal to H multiplied by R upon T. So we want the value of V, so write the terms in square root, substitute the value. So we are substituting value. H value is 400 multiplied by R value is 9 divided by time is 1. So multiplication is 3600. So take the square root of this value. So we are getting the answer. So potential difference V is equal to 60 volt. Volt also indicated as a symbol capital V. And that's why finally you write the answer in proper sentence. Therefore potential difference applied across the resistance is 60 volt. This is the second numerical problem solved in this way. Now third numerical problem given on page number 51 in our textbook. Read the question first. An electrical iron uses a power of 1100 watt when set to higher temperature. If set to lower temperature, it was 330 watt power. Find out the electric current and the respective resistances for the two settings. The iron is connected to a potential difference of 220 volt. So first of all you write down the given terms. So what is given? Power. Two different powers are given, so that we mentioning 1 and number 2. So P1, first power P1 equal to 1100 watt, second power P2 equal to 330 watt. Potential difference means voltage V is equal to 220 volt. Now to find electric current I1 and I2, we have find out the two values. Same way resistances R1 and R2 we find out. So formula P1 is equal to VI, but we mention here current I1. Same way second power P2 equal to VI2. This is a formula to find out the answer. Third formula we use the value of R1 equal to V upon I1, and fourth formula we use here R2 is equal to V upon I2. So one by one you solve, substitute the value and calculate the answer. First I1 equal to P1 upon V. So 1100 value of P1 divided by value of V is 220. After calculation you are getting the answer. I1 is equal to 5, or I means current measured in ampere, that is indicated as a capital A. Second one, second current I2 equal to P2 divided by V. Substitute the value 330 divided by 220. After calculation you are getting the answer 1.5 ampere. Third one, R1 equal to V upon I1. Substitute the value 220 divided by 5. So you are getting the answer 44. We find out the resistance, that's why unit is ohm. And R2 is equal to V upon I2. Substitute the value 220 upon 1.5. So you are getting the answer 146 ohm. That is the answer of second resistance R2. In this way you calculate the answer. So you are getting 2 to 3 marks for this question with answer. Fourth numerical problem that is also given. So read the question first. An electric tungsten bulb is connected into a home circuit. The home electric supply runs at 220 volt potential difference. When a switch on, a current of 0.45 ampere flows through the bulb. what must be power in wattage of the bulb? That we find out. If it is kept on for 10 hours, how many units of electricity will be consumed? So we find out the two answers here. First of all, you write down the given. Potential difference V is equal to 220 volt. Current I is equal to 0.45 ampere. Time is equal to T is equal to 10 hours. Now what we find out? We find out first one power P equal to question mark, and second one units consumption, that is the second answer we find out. So formula, first formula we use here, power P is equal to the product of V and I, that is potential difference and current. Second, units consumption is equal to power multiplied by time. Now solution, first one, P equal to VI, substitute the value of V is 220 multiplied by value of I is 0.45. Check in the given, see in the given. After calculation, you are getting the answer power P equal to 99 watt. Therefore, the bulb must be of power 99 watt. Second answer, in 10 hours, power consumption or unit consumption is equal to power multiplied by time. So 99 watt power required for the bulb. That bulb we use for 10 hours. So how much units consume? So after multiplication, we are getting the answer 990 watt hour. So converted into kilowatt hour, so divide by 1000. So 990 divided by 1000, because 1000 watt means 1 kilowatt. After calculation, you are getting the answer. So units consumption is equal to 0.99 kilowatt hour. That is the answer. So in this way, we are solving the numerical problems. All 4 numerical problems given in our textbook in a solved pattern, but you are solving in this way. Next point, see on page number 51 in our textbook. Now, magnetic effect of electric current. We have learned about heating effect of electric current. In previous standard, we have studied about magnets and magnetic lines of force. However, it will be interesting to see if an electric current and magnetic field are related to each other. Now try this. See what is given. Connect the circuit as shown in the figure 4.5. Connect a copper wire thicker and straight as compared to the connecting wires between points capital A and B. Keep a magnetic needle adjacent to the wire. Keep the plug key open, means which is in off condition in the circuit, and observe the direction of the needle. So we know the property of magnetic needle. It always shows the direction of north-south. Close the plug key. Now close the plug key means we are making the switch on, and observe the direction of the needle. So what do you notice? So what we are observing in the figure, 2 different figures are given here. In A, check the plus and minus connections. So rotation of the magnetic needle is different way. So we discuss these questions with answer. Second question is given. Now interchange the connecting wires connected to the cell and observe the direction of magnetic needle. Do you notice any relation between the direction of current and the position of the needle. So you check the figure first and second. What we observed in first figure, check the positive and negative terminals, and in second figure, after interchanging the plus and minus terminal of cell or battery, rotation of the magnetic needle is exactly in opposite manner. So we discuss the answer of these two figures in this way. Check. What do you notice about the direction of needle? Once the switch is closed, current starts flowing through the circuit. The compass needle is deflected from its position that we observe. Second, on interchanging the connecting wires connected to the cell, so observe the direction of magnetic needle. So do you notice any relation between the direction of current and position of the needle? So see, if the current is flowing from A to B, that is south to north, the south pole of the compass needle moves away from point A, that is towards east. If the current is flowing from B to A, that is north to south, the south pole of the compass needle moves towards point A, that is towards west. Second point, when a magnetic needle is held near a conductor through which current moves from south to north direction, then the south pole of the magnetic needle deflects towards east, and if a current flows from north to south, the south pole of the needle deflects towards west. So what do you learn from this experiment? That this question given on the, I think, next page. So whenever current flows through a wire, magnetic field is produced around that wire. Whenever current flows through a wire, magnetic field is produced around it. And one more question given, if a magnet is moved and kept moving, will we observe any electric effect? So answer is yes. It will show electric effect only if the magnet is moved and kept moving in the vicinity means close, of conductor. So these are the answers of that given activity on page number 51. Check the page number 51 again. Little information is given about the scientist Hans Christian Ørsted. As a scientist at the forefront in the 19th century, Hans Christian Ørsted played an important role in understanding electromagnetism. He observed in 1820 that when a current passes through a metal wire, the magnetic needle near the wire turns through a certain angle. He pointed out the relation between electricity and magnetism. Today's advanced technology is developed as a consequence. In his honor, the unit of intensity of the magnetic field is called as Ørsted. Underline that last three lines. The unit of intensity of the magnetic field is called as Ørsted. Now one more activity given for us. Now try this. See in the figure and connections. One cardboard, then a thick copper wire passing through the center of the cardboard. That cardboard is horizontally arranged, and on that cardboard spread the iron filings, and remaining components are showing in the figure. Key, cell or battery, then ammeter is used for measuring the current, and one resistance, variable resistance. So check there what is given. Now connect the circuit as shown in figure 4.6. When a large current, approximately 1 ampere or more, flows through the thick copper wire passing through a cardboard, the magnetic needle kept at different points on the cardboard around the wire stands in different directions. Mark these directions with pencil. Now discuss with your friends and teachers. Now see, I will give the explanation of this figure or activity. The direction of the current shown in the circuit is its conventional direction. I think last year we learned this concept. What is the conventional direction of current? You find out the answer. Some questions given for us. What changes are caused by increasing or decreasing the current? Second question, what do you see when the magnetic needle is kept a little away from the wire? And third question, now instead of the magnetic needle, spread iron filing on the cardboard and observe. So we discussed these three questions on one page. The iron filings arrange themselves in a circular manner around the wire. Why does this happen? So we are checking the answers of these three. Check now. These are the answers given. These are the questions given on page number 52 related to that activity. First question is given. Check what changes are caused by increasing or decreasing current. So we are getting the answer. If we increase the current in the conductor, the deflection of the compass needle increases. If we decrease the current in the conductor, the deflection of the compass needle also decreases. Means that is a direct relation between current and direction or deflection. Second question, what do you see when the magnetic needle is kept a little away from the wire? So answer, for a given current, if we move the compass needle away from the wire, its deflection decreases. Third question, now instead of the magnetic needle, spread iron filing on the cardboard and observe it. The iron filing arrange themselves in a circular manner around the wire. Why does this happen? Now check the answer. The magnetic field produced due to the electric current exerts its influence in the region surrounding it. Therefore, the iron filings experience a force. The force thus exerted makes iron filings to arrange in a circular pattern. That is also called as concentric circles. Iron filing means small particles of iron automatically arranged in the form of circle. The lines along which the iron filings align themselves represent magnetic field lines. So these are the answers of the given activity. Again you go back to page number 52. in our textbook. Now see in the blue box, always remember a magnetic field is produced around a straight current carrying conductor. If the current is unchanged, this magnetic field reduces as the distance from the wire increases. Underline that. Therefore, the concentric circles representing the magnetic lines of force are shown bigger and rarefied as the distance from the wire increases. Means at a long distance that circles are not forming properly. If the current through the wire is increased, the intensity of the magnetic field also increases. So these points you remember properly. See on the next page. Now right hand thumb rule. Here two questions asked. First of all, we discuss about the first. State right hand thumb rule. Now this is a convenient rule for finding out the direction of the magnetic field produced by a current flowing through an electrical conductor. So our answer start from here. This question asks for the 2 marks. Imagine that, mark the answer from here. Imagine that is shown in the figure, like shown in the figure. Imagine that you have held the conductor. Conductor means metal wire flowing the current through it. The conductor in your right hand in such a way that your thumb points in the direction of the current. Then you make the correction here. Then the direction of turn your fingers around the conductor is the direction of the magnetic lines of force. This is called as right hand thumb rule. So you try to find out the answer of this second question. The right hand thumb rule is called Maxwell's corkscrew rule. So find out the answer of the given question. What is the corkscrew rule? So first of all, you find out the answer. I will give the answer in assignment solution. Next point. Magnetic field produced by current through a circular loop of a conducting wire. In previous point we learned by using a straight conductor. Now same wire is turned into a loop, that is a curve, and we confirm. We learn about the magnetic lines of force of a magnetic field produced by a current flowing through a straight conductor. What will happen to the magnetic lines of force of the field produced by a current flowing through a loop made by bending that straight wire? So you compare that two figures that is given on previous page. Check this one. It is a straight copper wire, indicate thick copper wire shown. So concentric circles of iron filings are formed. But see in this figure that wire is forming in the form of circular loop passing through the 2 points on the cardboard, and on that cardboard iron filings spread. So in what way that concentric circles forming, you check that. A circuit is completed by connecting various components as shown in the figure. If the current passes through the loop, circular loop, magnetic lines of force are produced at each point on the loop. As we go away from the wire, the concentric circles representing the magnetic lines of force will become bigger and bigger. Check that circles. There is forming the bigger and bigger circles at point P and Q. As we go towards the center of the loop, the circle becomes so big that its arc can be shown as a straight line. Check here. That is showing here N and S like that. So that is a straight line, looking like a straight, but that is not a straight line. That small arc is of a large circle produced by this activity. In figure 4.8, the magnetic lines of force are shown near the point P and Q only. However, they will be created near each point on the loop. Likewise, each point will produce magnetic field at the center of the loop. By making use of the right hand thumb rule, check that every point on the loop contributes the magnetic lines of force at the center of the loop, and these lines of force at the center of the loop are in the same direction. So this is the explanation given of this point. So magnetic field produced by current through a circular loop of a conducting wire. See on the next page some explanation given here. The intensity of a magnetic field at any point produced by a current flowing through a wire is dependent on the current. Underline that intensity of magnetic field is dependent on the current, as we have seen in the experiment figure 4.6. Try this. That is a point given on previous pages. This means that if there are in n number of turns in the loop, the magnetic field n times of that produced by a single loop will be created. Last point of today's lecture, magnetic field due to a current in a solenoid. Your 1 mark question is asked, define solenoids. You mark the answer. When a copper wire with a resistive coating is wound in a chain of loop like a spring, is called solenoid. So this is a definition of solenoid. Now see in the figure and alongside explanation is given. Whenever an electric current passes through a solenoid, magnetic lines of force are produced in a pattern as shown in the figure. You are aware of the magnetic lines of force of a bar magnet in previous standard. The properties of the magnetic lines of a solenoid are very similar to the magnetic field produced by a bar magnet. One of the open end of a solenoid acts as a magnetic north pole, that is mentioned there on the right hand side, capital N. This is not a magnet, this is a spring like a solenoid, that's why, but it shows the properties like a magnet. So this solenoid act as a magnet. When that solenoid act as a magnet, when current is passing through that coil. So underline, one of the open end of a solenoid act as a magnetic north pole and the other as the magnetic south pole. The magnetic lines of force inside the solenoid are parallel to each other. Observe that carefully. What does this mean? What is the meaning of that parallel lines? The answer is given here. This means that The intensity of the magnetic field within the solenoid is uniform everywhere. That parallel lines forming inside the solenoid indicate that, you underline this, the intensity of the magnetic field within the solenoid is uniform everywhere. That is, the magnetic field in a solenoid is uniform, is same. So this is the explanation of the today's lecture. So all answers are given on these pages. So after 1 hour I will give the assignment number 5 related to the today's topic. So use your brain power, try this, that answer, even solved numerical problem, how to solve that. Use this pattern in board exam. So that is very important. So in this way, what we learned today? Today we start about the lesson number 4, effect of electric current, and some points we cover. Thank you.